Hi. Wow. So you prefer stream together over Discord now?
Oh shit. You just like
I just blew out your ears.
no, I can just like we're echoing, like I can hear us both twice.
Oh, I don't know why.
Okay, I might have solved the problem.
That's good.
Okay, I can you see me?
Um, yeah. Do you want my camera on?
Oh yeah.
Um,
Unless you don't want your camera on.
well, let's see. Yeah, I just messed up. It's on my problem is it's on my stream.
What do you mean?
Oh, what the heck is this? Where did this come from?
What's happening?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Here he is. Okay, let me
Hmm.
do some things.
I love how you prefer this over Discord.
What do you mean? What's wrong with this?
Nothing, clearly.
What? No, speak your mind.
I don't know. I just like, uh, well, I guess we're adding our cameras now at least, so that's cool.
Okay, let me adjust your camera a little here.
Yeah, do I gotta like move myself over, huh? It's incredible stuff. This technology, I feel kind of old.
Well, you're much better at it than I am. So,
No.
our cameras are different sizes and shapes, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Everything's fine. Would you prefer to do Discord?
No, I think I prefer whatever's easier for you.
Hmm. This is just what I've been doing the past few weeks with like people I've been streaming with
Oh my
and
goodness.
what's happening.
It's funny.
Okay, everyone hears and sees Joe, right? Everyone's good.
No.
I think he's
Nobody wanted to see me anyways.
That's not true.
People don't even want to hear me. I came in here out of nowhere, just interrupting the Tuesday stream.
No. The people are always happy to have you.
Cloudy. I'm not updating the predictions anytime soon. Probably I'll do it at the very end or something like that. To be honest,
Oh, we need to probably. Oh, our chat is shared. Never mind. Disregard.
how'd that happen?
Disregard.
Who did that?
You maybe did that. Or does that happen automatically when we.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I
You
may or
needed.
may not did that.
Taylor said that they needed to see you.
That's not true.
That's what the people are saying.
Oh, thank you, Angel.
How's your what is today? How's your Tuesday been?
Tuesday's good. This is definitely the highlight.
Yeah?
Yes.
What else did you do today?
I just looked forward to this.
Taylor, have you never seen Joe before?
They've
This is
been
your first
blessed.
first first Joe sighting? I mean, usually it's just his voice.
And that's already too much. Here. I'm trying to. Honestly, I don't know what I'm trying to do. What am I doing? I don't know. This is kind of weird, but I'm just being weird.
That's the setup you're going with?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
You judging me, bro?
No, I'm not. Just
Oh
it's a
no, no, it's cool.
unique layout.
What? Should I look at what you're doing? Okay, you see, you have me way too big on yours.
Well, that's what I said. We're like different,
Yeah,
like
why don't you make us?
dimensions here.
I don't know what to say.
I guess I could crop your camera down, but then it would just be really zoomed in on your face. Like we
um,
could be the same size like this, but then
how does my stream together has me as a box and you as a box, but on yours you have me as like a rectangle.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
No, it's fine.
All right. I think that's enough. Arguably too much.
All right, what's the game plan today?
Actually, hold on. I have a better idea.
This is Joe's first collab ever.
Game plan is the same thing we do every day.
I play a game and you review it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
All right. I think my stream looks much better now.
Wait, how does the music sound compared to Joe's voice? Because to me, the music is sounding much louder than Joe. Will you say something?
I
Maybe I need to turn him up or turn the music down.
I don't hear your music. Oh, Keiko, thanks for the follow.
Let me just turn you up.
Jesse, did you see my new layout?
Let's see. Let me check it out.
It's much
Stop.
better.
Stop.
What? You don't like it?
That is so troll. Stop.
And then I'll play it. You can pretend like you're making the moves.
That's. Oh wait, I like that.
Yeah. I put myself as my own profile picture.
Okay, how does that sound for you guys?
Just start the game, GM Adam 2005. Wow. Little impatient, are we?
Yeah, we've got plenty of time, Adam. Something about those Adams.
The Adams. We got an Adams
Let's just,
family in the chat.
yeah, Loki. Who did you play yesterday? I did not play Joe yesterday. I played The Walking Dead yesterday, actually.
All right, you want to review that game you just played?
I knew you were gonna want to. Wait,
I know it.
the Blitz game or the Rapid game?
Whichever one where you were like, I'm gonna get forked, and then you got forked, and then
Oh,
you were like, I knew it was gonna happen.
yeah, that was the Blitz game.
Uh
Yeah, we can do that. How would you like to do it?
Oh, I gotta find it. Hold on. Yeah, you're. Why is someone Uncle Jessi on chess.com?
Probably.
Did you even look? All right,
No.
it's okay. We can look at that later. Also, we haven't fixed your OBS.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, honestly.
Whatever's wrong with it, we don't know. All right, let me add you to a classroom.
Okay.
Wow. All right, I sent it.
Okay, accepted.
Huge. All right, so white pieces here. We've got ourselves a Karo Khan. Both knights out. Castles, bishops out. They're going after this. This is called a fork. Knights do that.
Yes. Yes. They're
So
good at doing that.
you move the queen here, but it coincidentally saved the fork threat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
There
I'm
was no
being rude.
thought behind that.
Thank you, Erud. I feel like I feel like it's not true.
So
um,
well rested. He does. I feel like Joe
it's
sleeps till like 11 every day. That's probably not true, but
it's longer than that. Okay. So they go rook here. So they're not castling this way. Um,
then I just like blundered a pawn for whatever reason here in a minute.
so rook here, pawn push. Uh-huh. So any thought process there?
I wanted to start like attacking the knight somehow, and I just didn't consider the fact that it could just like take it. So
Mm, that happens.
yeah, unfortunate.
Look, I'm gonna put myself in the tank with Rudy.
He would love that.
Oh,
He'd love to have company. Look at him.
all right.
Wait, which way should I sit?
Just like normal. You're fine.
Okay, this is normal. That's so fried.
Listen, she wanted to do a stream together call instead of Discord, so this is what we get.
I think it's great.
Um, Sonic, Zelda, or Mario? I'd say Zelda. Okay. Anyways, you forgot the knight could take it. How could you forget?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
All right, well, it's a gambit, and then you come straight
Right.
back. So now, it'd be funny if you played G4.
I wouldn't that be funny?
Do you think about that?
No, I don't think so.
No. Sometimes you have to play the move based on how funny it is.
That's true for content,
No,
you
just
know?
just for even your own personal giggles.
Yeah,
It's I think the main lesson for today is that chess is a game and you're supposed to have fun.
that's so true.
Okay, well, you
Sweet.
didn't do the funny move. You played here. They're attacking you. You take, rook takes. You push this pawn. I like this idea because their e pawn is pinned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now they go here, attacking your queen. You come back. They're pinning your queen. You trade queens. You take here, which is good. They go here, so they're keeping their pawns together, which is actually pretty smart. And now you take this pawn, which is really good. You're threatening a check. You're threatening their rook. So they take this. You give the check. They come back. And now you attack the rook. Did you consider taking this pawn?
Hmm. I guess not.
There's an
I should
issue.
have, huh?
Well, what
Oh,
happens if you take? What would black do?
maybe I get trapped or something.
How?
Um. So let's see. Well, no, not there.
Why not? What could you do
I could
here? And
probably
then
get out
what would
somehow.
black do? No, because that
No.
hangs the rook in the
Wait, go
corner.
back. True.
So what would black do here?
Well, he can't go there because then I go there. If he goes there, I guess he has to go there, right?
Okay, what happens? What happens after this?
Maybe he gives a chat.
Where?
Oh, maybe he wins.
So what would he do here? Yeah,
He would just go there.
that. So this is not what we're not worried about the knight getting trapped. We're worried about opening the a
Losing.
file. So what can white do here? Yeah, that's a great move. That's a great move for multiple reasons. The main reason is that if they take our knight, we take their rook. Right, we're just
Mm-hmm.
attacking the rook. But if they save the rook, now we can save our knight. We're not getting mated.
Mm-hmm.
We can bring the knight back to b4, which the pawn also protects, but we've also created luft for our king on c2.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go for this idea, we have to remember the rook now can come over
Yeah.
and our king can be weak. So whenever we castle queenside, it's really common to put the king over on b1 at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should have done that now, or even here. It's kind of scary to be opposite the rook. But if
Mm-hmm.
we ever go for this a pawn, we just have to be aware that this a file can be painful. So
Yeah.
in this situation, we could probably get away with taking on a6, but that's only because we have this c3 move.
Mm-hmm.
So if I turn on the eval in lines and see what the best move is here, it's probably we should take this pawn. Oh, it likes rook d1 best. But knight takes a6, this is the second best move. Some reason it likes b4 a lot as well.
Mm.
I guess we're sort of baiting the pawn a little bit, but um, okay. Here's another thing. I noticed way back here you played rook de1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you go with this rook? What made you decide to go with this rook?
I don't think I have an answer for that.
And that's okay.
I guess because then the D the D rook is just like kind of sandwiched in there.
All right,
Like
and
it can't go left or right.
okay. So there's a quote. There's a very strong chess player who I don't know who they are, but I know that they're very good. And I know that they're very wise. They said something that's been so wise it turned into a quote.
Okay.
And I've shared this quote many times before. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but
With me?
no,
Okay, not sure.
I'm not sure. But
Okay.
the saying goes that when you have two rooks that can both go to the same square, and this happens a lot because,
Mm-hmm.
the objective of the opening, you're trying to develop your pieces, you try to get castled, and then your rooks are connected, right?
Yep.
So there's always this debate of which rook should go to this square that you want to put a rook onto. And so there's a lot of options, like or consequences rather, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
You have to weigh the pros and cons and really spend some serious thought into it. And then whatever you come up with, do the opposite.
Okay.
So
Okay,
I hope that
perfect.
helps.
Yeah, that's really clear.
So in this situation, you should have gone with the other rug.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Why?
kidding. So interestingly, you've made this trade on G3 you captured with the H pawn, right? So the rook looks like
Uh-huh.
it's opened up here. Well, they have this pawn on H6, and it's
Yeah.
not really clear if your rook will actually be important on the H file. Especially when they
Mm-hmm.
move this rook here, they're no longer castling kingside.
Yeah.
But you know that the center is always going to be popular. So a good reason why people castle queenside is because this rook is on the D file, which is one of the two
Mm-hmm.
center files. A lot of people like to castle kingside because it's faster. You only have to get two pieces out of the way to castle kingside, and the king is already in the
Mm-hmm.
corner more so it's a little bit safer for the king.
Yeah.
But queenside castling is very aggressive because this rook is more centralized. So the
Mm-hmm.
rook is typically pretty well placed here on the D file. One downside of queenside castling is that the king is a little bit more in the center and sort of
Yeah.
open up on this diagonal. So a lot of people will spend an extra move to put the king more tucked away. Um, so when you get to this situation, you're deciding which rook to move. I like the both rooks on E and D because even though it looks like this
Mm-hmm.
rook's just sort of staring at this pawn, there's a future where you could have some trades. So if we look at the future consequences, once we see this trade here and this trade here, this rook takes this pawn. But if we had a rook, like if you imagine this rook was over
Mm-hmm.
here,
Yeah.
now you've completely dominated the center and this pawn's defended. But I understand why you'd want to keep the rook on the H file. It's just having both rooks in the center is like really strong. If the king
Mm-hmm.
is castled short side, then maybe having a rook on the H file is really good. Um, but yeah, it's hard to tell like which lines you're gonna open up and which ones aren't. But it's usually a safer bet to stay in the center.
Okay. That's
Uh,
fair.
but yeah, I wouldn't say this is like necessarily a big issue here. So okay, rook here defends the pawn. This check is kind of tempting because then we can try to push the pawn through. It's just tough. Like this rook is guarding this promotion, and the knight here
Mm-hmm.
is maybe a little loose. Like their king can attack it. So like if we had a rook on the d file, this could
Mm-hmm.
also be strong. There's also this check here, so you have to be aware they might trade rooks. So you step the king up, which makes sense. Now I'm already recognizing we're within checking distance of the knight.
Mm-hmm.
So these knights, we always have to just remember like where they can go and what's a check or not. So like king d1 or rook d1 is tempting because we can go here, but we also have to be aware that we can get forked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that being said, we can come here with a check, which is really strong because the knight's defending the pawn and the rook's defending the knight. So there's really nowhere the king could go that could attack our pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious why the computer doesn't like this so much. Rook a1, king up. Okay, there's this massive fork here. And if we go here, there's this really big skewer here. And they can just trade off everything, which is annoying. Because then next they're going to bring their king in, attack the knight, and attack the pawn.
Mm-hmm.
So if they trade everything, there's nothing protecting the knight. But that's not even the computer's favorite move. It likes this first for whatever reason. I guess it's just a fork, but all right. So yeah, I think this idea is really strong, but we have to worry about this check first. So king c2 makes a lot of sense. Knight comes back, rook lift here. And what was your thought process with this move?
Um, I think I was gonna double the rooks. I don't know. I didn't have a great thought.
That's fine. Um, I like rook d1 still, putting some pressure here, but the knight's covering that. Um, Rook lifts. Yeah, they attack. Okay, you give
I
up
think
your
I
knight
was
here.
trapped. Maybe not, but I think I was trapped.
That's a great question. Um, I think so. Interestingly, the computer's calling for. Yeah, wow, you can counter trap their rook before. I would say, like, when we were looking at this line here, taking this, you were able to
Mm-hmm.
find this move c3, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to find this? Like, what made you find this?
Well, it was attacking the rook and give my king another square.
And the knight too. But yeah, attacking the rook, right? So we're not
Well,
sacrifice.
I didn't take that
Yeah,
pawn then.
I'm showing this was a hypothetical position.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in this situation, the king's attacking our knight. It's a very similar situation, right? Our knight's under attack. We can't go
Mm-hmm.
here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, right? Our knight has no safe squares.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to find an alternative. We can't defend the knight. We can't move the knight. We can't save the knight. So what's the next best thing?
Mm. Um. Hey, Javi. Thank you. What is the next best thing? Good question.
What was the move I showed you before that you found?
Did you say? Wait, say that again.
There was a move that we looked at just before this, but I showed you it was in the example of taking this, and we see the situation here. Yeah, c3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is important because like we're not are we saving the knight?
No, we're taking the rook.
Yeah. But in a way we are saving the knight. So it's kind of a trick question.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the rook goes somewhere, now we can go here, right?
Yeah.
Or we could even go here or wherever. But in this situation we can't just go here because we're getting mated.
Yeah.
So we save the knight, but at what cost?
Right.
In this situation that we actually saw in the game, where our knight's under attack, but by a different piece. You took this pawn, but I'm trying to find a better move. So when we can't save the knight directly, what
We
else can
attack
we
one of
do?
their pieces then.
Yeah, so what do you think we should look for? What move am I thinking of here?
I mean, it can't be that, right?
Why
Like,
not?
because he just checks me
Okay, and then what?
when I like move over somewhere.
Where?
Um,
Does it
Does
matter?
it matter?
Why b1?
Because it's attacking the rook.
Exactly. So
And then
now,
what? He like takes this pawn, maybe.
if he takes that pawn, then what can we do?
We take this pawn.
Exactly. We've saved our knight.
Hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So was this the game you were like, I can't believe I... No, you blundered your knight in another game.
That was the very first game I
Yeah,
played.
that's fun. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, that's something to like think about a lot. Is like, okay, you blundered a knight in that game. Looks like you blundered a
Mm-hmm.
knight in this game, right?
Yeah.
So our pieces are getting trapped. We're losing our pieces. So this is like when people are like, "Oh, I'm stuck in my rating, Elo, like I don't understand how I improve or whatever." We have to diagnose like what's the problem. It's like, okay, well, if we're losing our knight in multiple games in a row, it's like
Mm,
how do we save our pieces, right? First off, we shouldn't be getting them into like bad situations where they have
mm-hmm.
not a lot of like escape squares or they're
Mm-hmm.
just getting trapped. That's one thing. But a second thing is we have to be more aware of like tactical solutions. So what I mean by that is
Yeah.
we were looking at, oh, our knight's under attack. Like you can recognize this.
Yeah.
And then you start looking for, okay, well, how do I get that knight out of there? Well, by the time you start looking for solutions, you realize, oh, it's just trapped, right? I actually can't go anywhere, right? So this is
Mm-hmm.
already too late. Um, However, you'll find yourself in a situation where you think you've blundered, where you're like, oh my goodness, I'm trapped. I have no escape squares, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's always additional options. There's these
Yeah.
counter-attacking ideas, right? So b3, this is something, or maybe even king b3, stuff like this, where
True.
you can't just
True.
like abandon all hope and be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna take a pawn because that's gonna be the best I can get for the knight. That's not true at all. You can go for more. You can look at these counterattacks, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
this. You have to identify like, okay, well, what pieces of theirs are hanging? What else
Mm-hmm.
can I do? I want you to be thinking about like, okay, there's check, there's, you could sack an exchange, maybe we push this pawn and threaten promotion. Like there's a lot of ideas here, and the
Mm-hmm.
computer's response is actually maybe the most creative. I really like this move, b4. What do you think about this move? What do you think this does? Can you explain this one to me?
I mean, they can't go here.
With what?
Um, with with their rook.
Okay.
So okay. So I'm thinking it's just trying to trap the rook in.
Uh-huh.
So like I do that. Say he like takes that.
Uh-huh.
What I go here,
Uh-huh.
and then he's trapped. He cannot go any of those
Yeah,
places.
isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's nice.
This is like you are the danger, right? Like
Yeah.
you think that your knight's hanging, well, look at your rook, buddy. Take a look in the
Yeah.
mirror, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I feel like chess is really beautiful in that someone could play a move and they think they're doing something, but then you can really look at like the issues in their position and find some of
Hmm.
these beautiful solutions. So, um, anyways, yeah, the computer is always cooking up these crazy ideas. Like I don't think I would have necessarily found before, but and you know
Yes, you
what's
would have.
you know what's even crazier? The computer doesn't even like King B3 in this situation because there's this Rook A3 move takes, and look at this
And then
fork.
they fork.
So the best move in this situation, we can't walk into King B3. We have to sack our exchange here.
Whoa.
Takes. Now we can play King B3. Now they're trapped,
Oh
actually.
my god.
So it's like it's even a layer deeper than we thought.
Yeah.
What's funny is I looked at this King B3 idea and I thought to myself that like Knight C4 could be a move because it's enough to distract their king, but then their rook is still trapped though.
Yeah.
Um, I guess they can come out here, but we have this really nice pawn. But what I forgot is that they could just do this, and now we don't even get the knight. So really nice uh, moment here. Also, so you played this game. How many games did you play today?
3,
And have you been
I
reviewing
think.
them?
Yes, I
Yeah. Did you
did.
review this game? No, because we just started the call.
No.
All right,
Yeah, I don't think I did this one.
that's fair.
The
All
the two
right,
rapid games
so
that
let's
I
see what happened
played.
here. So we lose our knight, so that's unfortunate.
Hmm.
And then so they're putting a lot of
And I
pressure
got really
here.
low on time, and that's when I knew. I knew I was gonna get forked.
So you found rook b4. That's pretty good. Takes. Now there's a quick trip or a quick trick to know your pieces are unforkable.
If they're
So
on different colored squares.
exactly, your pieces are on the same colors here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's really cool about bishops and knights. They're both worth 3 points. Like they're said to be roughly equal, and there's some symmetry between the two pieces. Like if you had a bishop here, it would be boxing out the knight this way.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a bishop
Yeah.
here, it'd be doing pretty much the same thing, but from this side. If you had a bishop here, it'd be boxing out the knight here. And if you had a bishop here, it'd be doing the same thing this way, right? So you could see there's this
Yeah.
box around the knight. That's how the knight moves, is basically on the diagonals, but in a
Mm-hmm.
circle. But you'll notice if a knight's on a dark square, it only can go to light squares, and vice versa. If a knight goes here, for example, now we know it can go to dark squares.
Yeah.
And because both of our pieces are on light squares, that means that a knight is just 2 hops away from forking us. So at what point were you like, I'm going to get forked?
When I had
No time.
no time. Yeah.
Yeah, here it's already really tough because I mean, look at you basically you had your poor rook is under attack and your pawn is under attack. So
Yeah.
you're like, okay, well, I have to save both. But then they just keep coming in and now you're in a tough situation.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe king d4 here could help save you. Also, b4 is a move that saves the rook. You went here, and now you get forked.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's okay. I think it was a tough situation anyways. You're low on time. Hey, Eskia. Uh,
Welcome, welcome.
I want to look at that game where you lost the knight earlier. I don't know.
Oh, that was just a straight up blunder.
You
But
don't...
yeah, that was the first game I played.
This is the
I
warm-up.
still won.
You still won that game? Should I look at
I
it?
still won. Yeah, that's fine.
You think so?
I was feeling good because they blundered pretty early on. Um, and then I just stopped using my brain, I guess.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
The less I use my brain, the happier I am.
Ignorance is bliss, they say. So I guess if I'm just ignoring everything they do.
All right, let me see if I can add this. All right, so you had the black pieces. You said they blundered early. Is this the blunder?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because their bishop's hanging.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right,
Yeah,
another
and
free
then
pawn
they
there.
did
That's
that too.
nice. Yeah. So you're saying at this point you turned your brain off, or when?
Probably around there.
See you, Taylors. All right. So the
Bye. See ya.
the thing is, the job's not done until it's done, right?
Yeah, I know.
There's a famous quote: "The job's not done."
It's not over till it's over.
Some basketball player, I don't know, some NBA fan can tell me or something. Um, but yeah, I think that's like if your opponent hasn't resigned yet, then you still have to win the game, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about chess is that there's always a chance for a comeback. Like when you
Yeah.
blunder and you're not resigning, you should still play on, right? You should still be giving it
Mm-hmm.
your all because that's like why you're playing. Otherwise, why haven't you resigned?
Mm-hmm.
So you there's always these tips and tricks. Like there's always people make blunders and mistakes all the time, right? There's always stalemate,
Yeah.
right? So I would advise trying not to turn the brain off immediately, but let's see.
I
You
was
trade
just
off a
like,
rook.
that's where it
All
was.
right, here
In my
already.
head,
Yeah.
I was like, he can't take that, and I don't know why I thought that.
Uh-huh.
And then, yeah,
Okay, so yeah, you just like didn't want to win too easily.
right.
Um so here I was gonna say there's an interesting sort of pattern, the fianchetto, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever this pawn pushes, in my mind, you should be fianchettoing. You go
Okay.
here with a tempo on the rook, which is very good. That's still a strong idea, right? Their rook takes the file. You go here, they go here, and now you just trade rooks. Now, I know you're up a piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
And trading is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would advise
But
in this situation, I feel like I've shown you this before, but when we take their rook, they're taking back. Right now,
yeah.
you both have a rook on the e file, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the e file is the only file that has zero pawns on it. It's completely open,
Yeah.
except for these two rooks. So right now, you both have about equal control, right? You're both occupying the file with one rook. When you
Mm-hmm.
trade, you take their rook, and they take back. Now, in this situation, they're beating us on the rook on the e file game. It's like the
Yeah.
game within the game, right? There's a
Yeah.
scoreboard and it's counting how many rooks are on the e file, and they're ahead by one.
By one whole row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not good for us. Our position did not actually get better from this trade.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are trading down and we are up material, so that's good. So there's sometimes in chess these conflicting ideas, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like when you're up material, you want to trade down. But I think overall, you're helping them get their rook into the game. Your rook here is not in the game.
Yeah.
Um, so really what you're doing is if you compare this position to this position, the only difference are these two rooks are missing, right?
Yeah.
So
He's already seen it, River. Don't worry. He's already seen
we're
the next move.
we're not trading these two rooks, we're trading these two rooks. And that's not a good
Yeah.
trade for us because this rook is doing nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's doing a lot. So, okay, yeah, we blundered the knight. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? We bring the bishop back. We win a pawn. We lose this pawn, but we attack their queen. They offer a queen trade. Here, I
I
think
traded. Was there something better I should have done?
there's a really fun idea here that I was looking at when I was watching this game, and the computer actually agrees with it too. Um, I want to take this pawn.
Okay.
Am I crazy? Do you see?
No,
Do you
because
see?
they take my knight and I take their bishop, or
No, we take something even better.
something more valuable.
Oh my goodness, it's some would say it's the most
Oh,
valuable.
maybe I win.
Maybe. Yeah, look at that. That'd be pretty fun.
That's way better than the
Wouldn't that be
bishop.
fun?
That would have been cheeky. I didn't. I think I spent a decent amount of time on this and was like, there has to be something better, and I just couldn't
Yeah.
figure it out. So
So
I.
that's the thing about these bishops is they're always pointing at the king. That's why they're so strong. They're called the sniper bishops, right?
Mm-hmm.
People forget about them because they're so far away
Yeah.
for whatever reason. If the diagonal is greater than two squares, they're like they can't see it anymore.
They're light years
It's
away.
kind of like you and night forks.
Right. It's like I'm blind to them.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that you looked at this check. I think this is also interesting, but they could trade and you just take back, and then they probably
Yeah.
save their bishop somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think trading queens is fine. You could have been a little bit more aggressive. It's kind of tricky because in my mind they had something like this, right? Knight's defending the rook, rook's attacking the queen. We can't give this
Mm-hmm.
check, and we can't
Right.
give this check because the knight goes backwards.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to come back here, I think, or even something like this. But this is really kind of sad and passive. Um, but you get a pawn, so that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, that's huge.
And you're baiting them into losing. They couldn't resist a
Mm-hmm.
free knight, could they? Maybe.
Right. I
Who
probably would have
knows?
fallen for it.
So, and if you'd fall for it, then they certainly would because
Right.
you're higher rated than they are.
Yeah, a
Okay.
whole 30 points
So
nearly.
this could have been a move, but you have to see the coordination and you have to see that
Mm-hmm.
your knight's defending mate, which is really important, and your knight's hanging. But the whole idea is that if they do take, they're not defending mate anymore.
Yeah.
So this is a cool little trick, I'd say. And you have to also be aware that they could do a move like rook e2, which is
Mm-hmm.
defending like everything, and then your queen and your knight are both hanging. So you'd have to see that you have this
Yeah.
idea to come back and defend. Okay, so we didn't do that. We trade, which at the end of the day, not a bad move, right? We're equal in material. I remember you were like, I this is where I asked how your day was, and you're like, it'd be better if I didn't blunder the night. I look at this position and I'm like, wow, you're not down, right? It's equal actually. You both have a bishop, you both have a knight, you both
Yeah.
have a rook. Also, like remember we traded the rooks and now they have this file. I would say
Mm-hmm.
white would be slightly better because they have the better rook. And
Mm-hmm.
our knight's also not great because it's on the edge of the
Yeah.
board. Um, like our rook is this is the second game now we see your rook you've opened up the file the rook's on, but this
Mm-hmm.
knight's defending this pawn.
Yeah.
Their rook is here. Like even if both rooks are in open files, like the center files are just more important.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of the game, if you have like an outside pawn, that's really valuable. But for the most part, the center is just going to be much more important. So that early rook trade, it's like you were up material then, so trading is good. But now it's equal material, and now they're just left with the active piece, and we have the less
Yeah.
active piece. So that's why, like in that situation, I was saying there's conflicting ideas. I think like the piece activity is a little bit more valuable,
Right.
um, because it was still like relatively early in the game. I think there's still a lot of pieces, so it's a lot of room for your opponent to sort of come back. If there's like not that many pieces left, sometimes you could even give up material just to simplify and trade things if you know that you're
Mm-hmm.
still winning. But okay, let's see. They save their piece. You attack the knight or the bishop, and then you said something really important here. I remember you were worried that they could play g4, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is really important. I'm really proud that you consider this move.
That I didn't hang both of my knights.
Yeah, listen, you have two of them for a reason, right?
Yeah.
It's because everyone's allowed to lose one on accident.
Right. Well, I
Uh,
did that.
and that's fine. That was within your, I mean, they gave you a
Slipped to my
piece,
right.
you give them a piece.
Yeah.
What's up, Gerber? I'm actually not floating. I'm in the cage. I'm in the tank.
Yeah, that's his home.
I'm basking right now. Um, Shout out to Gerber. Okay, Jesse, do you know where Gerber's from?
Indiana,
Yeah, we talked about this, right?
a fellow Hoosier, yeah.
Fellow Hoosier.
Because I don't know, I remember saying something about has Gerber ever even been to Indiana? And you were like, Oh my god.
Has he ever? I mean, has he even left that place? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, people from Indiana, they sure like to
They
complain,
stay.
but they don't ever leave.
That's so true, actually. Actually.
Um, Gerber, Gerber's visited me in LA. He hasn't visited me in St. Louis yet. I don't know why.
So he's left at least once to
That's
see
true.
Joe.
Yeah, Gerber is a little bit more traveled than he'll let you know, but
Yeah.
I might be stopping by Indiana. Who
Yeah, when?
knows? I might during July, perhaps
For for a special occasion
for a
or
road trip. I'm
oh,
certainly not
fun?
staying in Indiana if that's what you're thinking.
No.
No, I'm
Who
joking.
would?
I've stayed in Indiana before. I liked it.
For that show?
Yeah, many moons ago.
You had a good fun time?
Oh yeah, I saw Gerber.
See guys, it's not that bad.
Um, all right, Gerber sidetracked us. We had to talk about Indiana a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we're going to Charlotte, so I might do a road trip.
Okay.
Gerber and I are gonna be
For chess, I
playing.
assume.
Yeah, exactly.
You said we, is your roomie going?
No, I meant Gerber and me.
Oh, okay.
Um, okay, back to the position at hand here. There's this hierarchy of moves that you want to look for in any given position. It's checks, captures, threats, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
In this position, this is a threat. This is just an attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one mover attacking the knight. Wow, we're getting a raid from Cantana Chess. Happy
Huge
birthday.
raid.
Everybody wish
Welcome.
Cantana Chess a happy
Oh my gosh.
birthday. Give her a
Happy
follow. Thank you
birthday.
so much, Anna. Hi, Pizza. Hi, Adam. We have a new
Welcome,
Adam. How
y'all.
many Adams are in the chat? Four?
It's got to be
At least
10,
three?
20.
Oh, more? Yeah, please give Anna a follow. She was just
Yeah, there's a
celebrating her
lot of
birthday.
birthdays today.
Happy birthday to Anna. I'm giving a lesson to Uncle Jessi. So if you guys would like to follow Jessi, please go check her out. She's got a pet bearded dragon.
Who you can see on the left
And I'm
on his
hanging out with
cactus
him
right
right
now.
now in his tank. It's Rudy and me together.
But not only do I have a bearded dragon, Joe,
She also has a pet ball python,
we can't forget about my daughter.
Clementine. I forgot to turn on my bot. We're doing a game review. This is a game that Uncle Jessi just played moments ago on her live
Mm-hmm.
stream, and we're looking at it. Apparently, she blundered a piece. We're trying to figure out why. These are the mysteries we have to solve when we're playing
Uh-huh.
chess. You know, where'd the missing piece go? It's like when you're doing laundry and you're losing a sock.
Right.
You can't
That's I'm
be.
like, I don't know what happened. It's just gone.
And the good thing is socks come in pairs, just like knights and bishops and rooks.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is if you lose one sock, it's kind of hard to get a lot of use out of it.
You just have to wear one.
What's up, Christopher? Good to see you. Okay, so yeah, Jesse's knight got lost in the spin cycle somehow. But the good news is that she won a knight earlier, so now the material is just balanced. But in this situation, white has a trick up their sleeve. We attack their bishop, but in doing so, these pawns are taking up the retreating squares from the knight. So knight on the edge of the board doesn't have a lot of options, and we're already taking up both retreating squares. So from here, you only have two other squares you can go to, and both of them are not safe. So with just a single pawn push, white could win our knight. So in this situation, this is a really good move because you're creating space for your piece. Now, that active rook we were talking about, look at this beast on the 7th rank.
I know.
So
That guy.
that if we go earlier back in the game where we traded rooks, right? If we don't do that, then we're not having to face off against this thing later,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's another famous saying, to take is a mistake. Have you heard that
Mm-hmm.
one?
Mm-hmm. Not that I can recall, but I'll definitely remember it now.
Yeah, because it rhymes, right?
Right. I'll never forget.
You can never forget a rhyme. I say that all the time. Anyways, yeah, trading. So in this situation, I was telling Jesse, it's conflicting ideas. The one idea is you want to trade down because you're ahead in material, right? But on the other hand, we don't want to trade because we're just helping this rook. So there's like, you know, you seem like a pretty social person, Uncle Jesse, would you say so? Are you more of an extrovert or an introvert?
I would say extrovert.
Okay. So have you ever been out in public and there's like, I don't know, some awkward situation and you're like, I just want to get out of here. Like you can tell by people's body language, right? You can sort of
Mm-hmm.
feel the energy that people are putting off.
For
When
sure.
you're attacking the rook and they go rook here, this is a very logical square because
Yeah.
they're controlling the e file. They didn't choose this
Mm-hmm.
file because probably what they want is to save that space for this rook.
Mm-hmm.
So they go here and you go here. And guess what they didn't do? They didn't just
Take.
trade, right? Yeah, because that would
Mm-hmm.
help you out a lot. In fact, if we look at this, you're threatening a very nasty back rank check. Not just check,
Mm-hmm.
but checkmate if they do something dumb. Here, they can't block with anything but the queen and your bishop's here. This would just be game
Mm-hmm.
over. So I liked how they played. What they did is they played bishop here. This is sort of giving me a hint or a feeling or a vibe that they're okay with you taking because they just connected their rooks. What they're telling you with their body language here with this last move is go ahead and take me because then I'm just going to take back with the rook. They didn't go
Yeah.
bishop here because they're going to take with the bishop, right?
Yeah.
That's not what the bishop's doing. The bishop's just getting out of the way of the other rook. They're saying, all right, fine, you can contest the e file, but just know I have backup. If you cut off this rook, it's going to be replaced by the other one. It's like a hydra, right?
Hydra.
Is that what's the thing that you cut off its head and now there's two of them?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Is that like a Gerber would know? It's like
Come on, Gerber.
some sort of Greek god thing. Cerberus? That can't be
I'm
it.
not that nerdy, says River.
Wait, what'd you say, Jesse?
River said I'm not that nerdy.
Oh, I'm that nerdy. It's
Yeah, Joe
definitely
has
Hydra.
a Gandalf hat. He would know.
Are you saying Gandalf's nerdy?
No,
Well,
no, I
I was
wouldn't
gonna
say
take that as
that.
a compliment, but I guess not.
Okay, you were right.
Okay.
Gerber approves. This is an unexpected team up. Is that sarcastic? Joe is the only person that I had like ever streamed with until like a month ago.
That can't be
Well, except for
true.
in person. Tori came over like virtually, I
You've done
guess.
so many collabs with so many.
Woohoo!
Like when you went
Until like
to.
a month ago,
Like, what about when you were at TwitchCon? No? You haven't streamed with those people?
I didn't stream. I personally did not stream
You
on my
haven't streamed.
account.
You haven't streamed with like Jay or like Chess Sharks.
Yeah, but that was like
That
recently.
was a month ago.
Yeah. And we've been collabing for much longer.
Hmm. Well,
You miss Tori. I miss Tori too. She'll come back one day. Don't worry.
you should do more collabs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should. I will probably do one like tonight actually with the other crew. So
Oh wow.
two different collabs in one day.
That's
Unheard of.
dang. I didn't know. Jesse has so many friends.
Yeah.
She just calls him up whenever.
Oh.
Um, Jesse's in high demand, that's for sure. I'm very lucky to be here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I agree with Gerbs as well. Okay, so maybe a Hydra's a bad example because they didn't just duplicate their rooks, but hopefully you can appreciate the to take as a mistake in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
situation. And we're facing the consequences of it here. Now their rook is here. If we had a rook
yeah.
on e8, they couldn't do that. So now they're coming in. Our rook is really passive. We're losing material now, actually. You take this, which is kind of funny. In a lot of situations, this is actually a poison pawn. This would be bad.
Yeah.
But
I
you
thought about that.
recognized, you knew they could trap you, but you saw you had a way out. And that's
Hmm.
exactly what happened, which is really good. So, okay. They go here. Can you explain G4 to me?
Yeah. So, I kind of need the knight there, yeah, because
Where? You need the
without my
knight
knight
where?
there, right, like where it is right now on
Uh-huh.
H5.
Uh-huh.
So pretend that knight's just like not there.
Uh-huh.
I guess it's not a mate. In my head, that was mate, but I could
Got
go
it.
over here, I guess.
Yo, what's up,
And
house
so I
line?
was like, let's stop them from pushing this pawn and getting rid of my knight.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
I
now I see I could have gone in the corner.
I understand your logic entirely. You're protecting the knight from
Yeah.
this square from G4,
Hmm.
which is very logical. I think this is kind of a scary looking move to me because our pawns are now
Yeah.
separated. And
Yeah. It wasn't ideal for sure.
uh-huh. Here's another thing. This pawn is maybe helping us control if we want the knight to go to f4. Like for example, if they play g4 right away, this is
Hmm.
undoubtedly where we go, right?
Hmm.
Um, Now, yeah, if you think you're getting mated and this knight has to be here, then that's fair to say. Um, but yeah, I think there's something that we're conceding here. They can maybe play h3, and if we
I think they
take,
could.
then they can play this g4 move anyways.
Hmm.
And now we don't even have this square to go to. I guess we could go here though. Um, but yeah, I guess also we could maybe consider f5.
I think that's what I did.
Oh, is this what was played? Okay, yeah, they did play this, and you did play f5. Takes. Okay. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, this rook check is not mate because we can go to h8.
Hmm.
But ultimately, you know what's really crazy is the computer might really like g4 best. I was thinking we just take this pawn, and then here we just go here, and then we're attacking this other pawn. Um, but yeah, if we go here, we're gonna lose material, right? Because they control this twice.
Hmm.
Um, but okay, now you take this pawn anyways. They help invite our rook into the game. They give a check. This is a bad check because they just help our king come up, right?
Hmm.
So they could have just gone straight back. And then if we could bring the king up, then they have an extra move to do whatever they want. But here they insert this check. Our king comes up. They come here. Now it's our turn, actually. So they gave us a free move, which was really nice of them. And
Hmm.
here I thought you were just basically winning with this move, which you played. But I forgot that this comes with a check, which is a little unfortunate.
Hmm.
Because here I thought we could just play like knight here and it's
Yeah.
a fork, basically. But you end up doing this anyways. They pin you here. But now we can simply defend our knight
Hmm.
with either our king or our pawn. You bring up the king, which is very logical. And now this is basically game over for them. So they sack an exchange, and now we're just up a rook, and we're pushing our pawn through. And they resign here, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, in this situation, honestly, you could just bring your king back and just save this pawn.
Yeah.
I think what you did is also totally winning, but this situation, like we can push this pawn later. There's no rush
Mm-hmm.
because there's nothing they can do to stop us. I mean, they could go here,
True.
but now, we can just do something like this and they're going to run out of moves eventually. It's important to
Mm-hmm.
not attack this pawn because the bishop is
Yeah,
covering both of
because
these.
then I lose
Yeah,
my rook.
exactly. So you get it. But there's a cool line where we could go here and then we can give up our exchange. They could take
Mm.
and then we promote. So this is one of those situations that I referenced earlier where
Mm-hmm.
you can actually give up material to simplify the position,
Yeah.
right? So like at the early stage of the game, if we're even material, there's like very few chances or instances where we'd willingly give up a rook for a bishop,
Yeah.
unless you're like Gotham chess and you want to sacrifice your rook. Um, but in this situation, like we know this is their last piece on the board, right? So if they give that
Yeah.
up, the only way they're beating us is if like a pawn promotes. But we just know that we're so much closer that
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to lose material because we're simplifying into an easy win. You just have to recognize like if it's an easy win or not. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
that's something that I really enjoy is just looking at these old games because like every single game, there's so many lessons that you can give
Yeah.
because there's all these blunders and mistakes and there's opportunities for you to improve. And you said that you reviewed this, right?
Mm.
What was your take? Was the takeaway not to blunder the knight?
That was a big one for sure.
Did you
For
look at
sure.
queen takes c2 at all?
No.
Did that come up?
No. I don't review games well, I don't think. Like when obviously when you are reviewing it, it's much more like formative, I guess. Um, I'm just not very good at doing it myself, I think.
That's okay. Um, yeah, I would say a big one is this trade here
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah, I was
something.
feeling like I know like it's better to have your rook there, but I was like I'm up a whole piece, like,
Exactly.
and then I wasn't like the
Yeah.
next move.
Yeah, the thing is like even if you're simplifying, you're making your life a little bit more difficult because now like you can't operate on the e file at all.
Hmm.
You just don't have that same control like you did.
Yeah.
So it's much better to leave this tension. Like, because it's like, where's this rook going to go? It's not going to go back because you have the bishop here, right?
Mm.
So if the rook goes anywhere else, like you're just winning that rook on the e file game?
Yeah.
So, and
The one
that's,
that you the side game that you made up.
yeah.
You should turn it into a real game.
Well, what's cool about that game is that even if you lose in the game, as long as you get a rook on the e file, then you could say, well,
Right. Then
I'm
you
beating you
win.
there. And also just like e file and d file, they're both the centermost file. Like they're pretty interchangeable, but in this game,
Mm.
you guys are on the e file because there's no pawns. You have a d file pawn here, so the
Mm-hmm.
d file is less contested. But I liked that one game we looked at. You kept the rook on the h file and you moved the rook from like d to e. And in this game, they played here instead of here. But I'm sure if you didn't trade and you did something else, like they probably would bring this rook here. So that
Mm-hmm.
shows you like that's where the rooks really want to be, are on
Yeah.
those center open files. It's very active, very strong. Okay. Did you want to play a new one?
Yeah.
All right. And then maybe
Do
we'll
that.
get let you practice reviewing. I'll let you review on your own. And
Oh
then
no, no, no,
oh, I
no.
think that's really like I mean, you played OTB, you know how the notation works, right?
Yeah.
You know how to toggle the engine in your game analysis. Or do you do when you do game review, do you just click the big green button that says review?
Correct.
Okay. That'll point you, that'll bring you straight to every single blunder, mistake, and accuracy that
Mm-hmm.
you've made. But I like to use the analysis, and I'll go move by move and just look at how the eval changes and look at the
Yeah.
lines and see what it recommends instead. But yeah, you're gonna do your rapid.
Yes.
Very cool. I'll just
Okay.
follow.
All right. I'll take my headphone out then, so you can talk about my blunders to the chat.
No, only your victory, your dubs, your
Okay.
brilliance, which there's gonna be probably too many that we can't count them all. But
Can't even count. All right.
all right, good luck.
Headphone is out.
All right, chat. Remember, only the brilliance, no blunders. Oh, she's
I'll
playing
try
a
and talk about
1450.
my thoughts.
Oh, chat, are we cooked? That's like basically 100 elo ahead. E4, E5, my personal favorite. In Italian,
Usually I would just take the knight out, but I just know they're gonna do this or that.
this or
Maybe.
that, maybe.
God bless. Okay, I'm gonna move
God
this instead.
bless. That's right. Jesse's exuding confidence right now. Bishop out. I love it. It's the Joko piano. This is my bread and butter. This is if I every game could start like this for me, I'm a happy guy. Some people might think that's boring, but I think a lot of people put a ton of emphasis on the openings and the prep and all that, and it's like, no, let's get to the middle game. Let's just play chess, right? None of this opening nonsense. So that's what this represents to me. All four knights are out, right? Both bishops are out. Okay, we have an attack here.
Okay, so probably he goes there next.
Let's see how Uncle Jessi deals with it. Interestingly, the computer likes d5 or b5, and I do think that's interesting because for me, like for example, if white had just
I don't
simply
like that.
castled, we could just play the move d6. Does Levy not have merch? He probably does have merch. I am Naki. Good reviewing skills is the key to improvement. I agree with that. All right, so she does play
Okay, I
d6.
didn't think about them taking with the bishop. I'll be honest.
All right, so white has a lot to play for here, actually. A semi-open g file. They've got an h pawn they can push. Um, this
Okay,
is,
I
this
don't like
is,
this already.
yeah, this is already, Jesse's in the hot seat here early. So, what's crazy is normally I cannot preach enough the importance of castling. But in this situation, castling and then playing d6, d6 is kind of tough because we block our own bishop, which could be a helpful defender in times like these. Bishop here is a very important move, I think, because knight d5 is really annoying. But with that being said, I think that um, we can take that knight now if they go for that. They go bishop here. So this is really important that we don't take this. Because if we do take this, we're inviting the knight in. And that's going to be very painful. It's going to hurt.
Okay, so I can't move this or I lose a pawn.
She's talking about her knight being
Um,
pinned. But you could play something like rook b8. Computer likes rook e8. Or bishop to b4 also is a good move, pinning the knight. It also likes queen e7.
um, I'm not gonna take that because we don't need that.
H6 after castling. I thought she played h6 before she castled. She played h6 to not let the bishop pin her. Then she castled, and the opponent, as soon as she castled, the opponent goes for g4, g5. She's played bishop b4. This is a great move. She's pinning this knight. Oh, wow. And now she has this really nice move, knight d4, actually. So we'll see if
There.
she figures that one out because she's hanging the b pawn with the
Okay.
tempo on the rook,
If I go here
but knight here attacks the
and
knight
he
with the fork.
takes,
So she's looking at
that would be
here
good for
takes,
me.
pawn takes, which is great for her. So the move after this is actually to
Um,
move this knight out of the way.
and if he doesn't take, then I could do that.
She's cooking, chat. She's cooking. Wow, she's done it. She's found it. Aggressive, but best. And huge blunder.
Okay, so I am going to take.
Let's
I
see
get
her.
their queen.
Oh my god, she's found it instantly. Resigns. Didn't even let her have the pleasure.
Okay.
Massive
Let me
fork.
find my headphone.
Uncle Jessi is
Okay.
usually the one getting forked by knights, but now the tables have turned.
The turns have tabled. Thank you for the follow, Danny.
All right, I think my job here is done.
You're retired. I got 10 points off that. Okay.
Yeah, this guy we were saying he's like 100 elo higher than you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Um,
Capybara.
Notice how little time they use. They have 15:55 on the clock,
Oh wow.
but it doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
they were cruising.
They did not use their time.
Yeah, if I don't win a game, River, then Joe has to give me my money back
You know
for
how
this
quickly they
lesson
resigned after they moved?
pretty quickly.
It it was like 10 seconds, right?
Hmm.
It took them 10 seconds to see they made a mistake and then to find the
Hmm.
resign button and then press it. That's how quickly that happened. But they have
Yeah.
15 almost 16 minutes on their clock.
Yeah.
So if opponent is listening, my advice to them would be maybe just spend those
Play
10
bullet.
seconds. Well, that's not my advice.
Spend the time and prevent the fork. This is a lesson learned, team. Use the time.
Uh, Greed, thanks for the follow. You lose with more time every time. Yeah, then if you want to play that quickly, then yeah, faster time control will be better for you. But the better advice is to just slow down and use more of your time. So like the issue is not that they didn't see it. The issue is they played too fast, right? Because they
Hmm.
saw it.
They saw it before I did it.
Yeah, you saw it too, but you were taking your time, which is pretty smart. You get flagged
Okay.
every time. That's me. But if I had to choose between, losing on the position and having a lot of time left versus having a good position but having no time left, I would choose the latter every time. Because at least I know I played well, right? So I know the issue is not my chess skill. The issue is my timing, which is part of chess skill, but like, you know, that's why Bullet
It's
is
different.
frowned upon. I know Gerber's a big Bullet fan, and
So are
Gerber
you.
won't stand for Bullet slander. Well, I enjoy Bullet, but I also enjoy chess.
Yeah.
And Bullet is chess. It's just a different
Hmm.
time of chess.
I've
And
seen Joe play Rapid one time.
one time, yeah,
Really
I
one
think
time.
one of my last streams, I played like 6 Rapid games and I won 5 of them.
That's
I got to work on my
crazy.
Rapid rating.
Yeah, you need to be 2300 there
Exactly.
too.
Yeah, I hit 2300 blitz for the first time, so I was like, all right, I guess I'll play rapid.
Yeah.
But I'm not 2300 rapid yet, so I guess I gotta get back to it a little bit. But this was a very interesting game actually. You castled and they immediately started attacking you kingside, which was a little scary.
I was scared.
And I
As
would
you
be
might have
too.
heard.
It's very reasonable. But you kept your calm composure and you played good moves and then you beat them. So, all
Thanks
right, I
thanks to
guess
you.
we
Thanks to
can.
these lessons.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't think anything I said helped you do that. I
We
think that
literally
was
we looked at someone asked when we first started doing lessons and I couldn't remember exactly, but let's see. We met at TwitchCon a couple years ago. So I went back to my elo when I met you and it was like 400. So the lessons have been very helpful.
that. It's inconclusive. You could argue that if you had never met me, you'd be even higher rated by now.
That's true. Could be. Could be.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
There's like I think one of the most popular comments on like a Gotham chess video is like, Levy, thanks to you, I reached 1800. I started at 2000.
That's hilarious, actually.
So,
That's very funny.
so that could be me, you know?
Yeah.
I could be slowing you down, but okay, this game was really quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it, because you know we got to keep you rolling at your.
Can you flip the board? Okay, never
So
mind.
this
Keep
is the
going.
Italian. This is the Joko piano. You mentioned bringing both knights out. You know this is gonna happen,
Mm.
which is true. This isn't necessarily good for white because you could play this and then this. Really
It's just
important.
annoying.
Exactly. So I would not recommend even going into this as black. So bishop here is great because now if they go here, we can just take this.
Mm.
And the problem is they didn't move their d pawn yet. Now if they go here, what would you do?
Um, what would I do? I would have to move the queen somewhere because it's not looking good. Take a pawn?
Which pawn? Ooh, that looks good,
Uh,
right?
yeah.
Now what happens if they take here? Yeah, it's a free rook. So this is kind of funny. Like a lot of people, they're thinking they can do this when the knight comes out, but now you just castle and you defend.
Mm-hmm.
But also a lot of people, they're maybe they're hoping that they can play here because it's defended by the bishop. In this situation, you should probably go like knight here.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that after this, you shouldn't just play. You should bring the piece out because now you can castle. But
Yeah.
um, if they go for this before they push the pawn, like maybe they forgot it's not protected. So then they try this counterattack, thinking that okay, you'll get distracted by the pawn or something and lose your queen. But of course, you have the stronger attack. So here it's like we have two things hanging. They're attacking the bishop. We can't really save it. You can give a
Mm-hmm.
check, but they just block like this, and this is actually worse for us.
Yeah.
But you can create a stronger threat and save the queen at the same time. So now they can't take here because you take here. So this is again one of these situations where it's like your piece isn't savable, but you can create a stronger threat.
Yeah.
So it's playing defense through a stronger offense, being more aggressive.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is just talking about the opening. They go here, you go here. So if you bring their knight out, they would have pinned you. So this prevents anything from landing on g5. Knight out, knight out. They play here. Now, in this situation, we castled, but it actually walked right into their attack.
Yeah.
So there's some merit to neglecting castling in this situation to just play d6
Mm-hmm.
and just bring the bishop out. Um, but I'm, you know, a fan of castling, so castling is good, but now they're attacking you, and this is kind of annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation, it's saying you can play a move like d5 actually, because you're
Mm.
creating a strong attack in the center, and you're really distracting them from attacking your king. Now, the computer probably knows something that I don't because d5 to me looks like it's a free pawn, but you're really trying to help your development and try to catch them in the center.
Let's go
So
there. Do you
d5,
not just take back? Oh no, because they have that
yeah, they
too.
have too much.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm
it's
pushing
all
her.
good. What would they do? Takes and now bishop e6. But what if pawn takes? We just play knight d4. So it wants to give up a pawn just to play in the center. But yeah, it's a little much for me. What's funny is I think I would play d6 in a game, but I know it's not
Mm.
good. And I know it's not good because it's blocking the bishop, and I know that g5 is going to hit and it's going to be really annoying.
Yeah.
So we do this, they do
That's
that
what I did.
anyways. Here it says just knight h7, but that's also really annoying. But takes. I like bishop e6 a lot, but the computer doesn't. The threat with this pen, we can't play h6 anymore. So this
Mm.
pen's really annoying, which means like knight here is going to be really annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like bishop e6 because if they bring the knight in, we know we could just take it. But the computer wants that anyways. But they went with the bishop, and now you can pin their knight, which is really good. You did this, right? You know this knight's a problem. So
Mm-hmm.
they step up, and then you immediately recognize knight d4 is the move. And what's really impressive about this move is that the move prior, you knew if you move this knight, you would drop your pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not you're actually dropping material is up for debate because, like, let's say you go here and they take, you could just play rook b8 and you're actually getting
Right.
the pawn back
Mm-hmm.
and then some because the rook's really active. You're threatening like knight takes and stuff. But I really liked that you pinned the knight and then you played in here and you recognized immediately your threat. And you knew also that they couldn't take you because then you take back and they'd be in this pin.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fantastic move. And then they just
Thank
blundered.
you.
And you knew not to take back right away. You were just like, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Well, they didn't even let you. They just resigned.
That was all that she wrote.
Um, well, because they resigned so early, I'm happy to take up this position and let you finish it out.
With you,
I'm
I
messing with you.
like. Could I beat Joe with him down a queen?
I think you
The
could.
people are dying to know.
Are they? You want to finish this out?
Let's do
You
it.
want
Let's do
to?
it.
Can we? Is
Yeah.
there? How do we do this? Um, you know what's funny? There's a way I could set this game up.
The people want it. The crowd is going crazy.
With what was the
The
time
winner
control?
gets bits.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me test this out. What time control? You want to do the same amount of time that you guys had on the clocks?
Sure.
This will be crazy.
If I lose this, I'll be sick.
You'll be sick.
I'll be sick.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to get you sick. So I'll have white. You will have black.
should be easy enough to flag him with 16 minutes on the clock.
Well, there's increment, right?
Yeah, there is.
So let's see.
Okay, how about while you're figuring this out, I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Okay. What's funny is I think I just figured it out, but oops. It's not the PGN, it's the FEN that I'm maybe I'll start it. Wait, what? That's crazy. I started it. Let's see. Is she, we both started at 15 minutes, so she's got, dang, it's not her clock's not ticking. It's unfair. I guess she has to make the first move. I could adjust her clock though. Let's see. Okay. I think it was something like this. I'll concede the 55 seconds. All right, Uncle Jessi,
Okay.
are you ready?
We get it figured out.
I think you just have to make the move.
Okay.
Wait, did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, you did it on the classroom board.
Oh, wait. What should I be doing?
I set up a here, exit out of that and go to chess.com
Okay.
slash play slash online.
Chess.com/play/online.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah, and now you can start.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. I had all this extra time to think and I didn't use it.
I know, silly you.
Hmm. Oh, that was a good move, Jessi.
Thanks.
It's unfortunate for me. All right, I'm gonna go here actually. All right, no pressure, Jessi.
No
Just pretend
pressure.
like it's the millionth time you've beaten me,
Mm-hmm.
which it might be.
Okay, I think this knight's dead. What are you doing with that pawn over there?
I'm just defending my bishop.
Mm, that's it.
Yes.
Oh my
JM
gosh, huge,
chess.
huge raid.
Let's go. Just in time.
Welcome. Let me get a shout out real quick. Let me. Yeah, I'm playing. I'm playing Joe right now. Uh, from the start, he's been playing this whole game,
I blundered my queen.
and we forked his queen.
Hi, Brent.
Oh my gosh, Jesse, thank you for the follow. That's my name. Okay, what was I doing?
You were thinking really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I got a bishop pair and
I know, I'm scared.
two rooks.
And this E file is scaring me.
The E file?
Or H, I meant.
Now your knight's not pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Brent. Good to see you.
Great streamer. That's so true, Brent. Thanks. Have a great night. We'll see you later. Yeah, rest in peace. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Have a great night. Running his clock down. Yeah, only 13 minutes left. So this game was actually against somebody else that resigned, and then Joe picked up where they left off. So the queen was blundered, but not on Joe's, not on his clock.
No, I would have blundered it too.
This game, you would have already beat me if we were actually just playing each other.
That's not true.
I mean, years ago.
Jesse's opponent resigned a little too soon, so I just wanted to let Jesse have the chance to play it out.
No, I don't think so, Chris. If I had to guess. Okay, what's he doing? What's he gonna do when I take back? What's
Well, it depends.
okay, I think I see it. I think I see, no, that doesn't make sense.
No, doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
You don't have to take back.
I think it would maybe be bad for me if I didn't, though. You know?
I don't know. Oh wow.
Stop.
I'm joking. I'm
Why are
joking.
you saying it like that?
Elena, thank you so much for the raid.
Wow, huge grade.
Shout out to Elena. I'm getting beat by Uncle Jessi right now.
He's literally not.
She's literally up a queen. I hope you had a good stream. Definitely go check out Uncle Jessi if you haven't already. She's always beating me, Bishop Stars. It's a toxic relationship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
it's
have beat Joe before, but I
and
think
she'll
he
do
gave
it
me
again.
he had a handicap.
No.
my god. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
It was even more bishop stars than I normally am. Really now.
What are your thoughts on that?
I can ask you the
Stop.
same.
Stop. Wait. No, that doesn't work, does it? Hold on. No.
Do
Okay.
you want me to tell you my strategy? What my goal is?
Is it to win?
Besides, I mean, that's your strategy too, though, right?
Is for me to learn?
No, no, of course not. My my goal for this game is to get you really low on the clock.
That's actually very plausible.
I can win material, but the question is it enough? Is it enough? I think so. My goal is to get you really low on time, and then you'll blunder.
Right. Well, you do have 3.5 minutes over me, so I'm stressed.
You're stressed?
Hmm.
Why?
I don't know. I know it's there. I know it's there, River. Don't worry. There's nothing more important than that, River. No, Joe doesn't need any help. No one give him any good moves.
I'm like trying to find some tricks in my back pockets.
Really, we're gonna flag Joe.
You just might.
He made that move a little too quick for my liking.
Hi, Doc. I'm doing well. Hope you are too. Thank you.
How did I get down to 3 minutes? What the hell is happening? River, we don't know this. Oh, you bastard. You bastard! Okay, no, this is fine. Everything's fine. I can't take this, or I'm messed up. Okay. God damn you. Oh my god, I have 2 minutes left. This is so sick.
It's all come together.
Oh shit. No, wait. No way. You're joking. You're lying. Okay, I can't take that. I can't take that. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. Stop. 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 Oh my god.
This is kind of funny.
Why are you laughing?
I'm just I'm just being annoying.
I'm scared. I have 17 seconds left.
That's more than enough. It's you've got increment.
That's not good either. Okay.
Yo, Joe Cozy, what's up?
Oh my god, I have literally no time. This is crazy. Back to where I was. Stop. Oh my god. Stop. We're locked in, Rabbit. Sorry. Hey, Sleepy. We're doing well.
This
We
is
could flag
funny.
Joe. We could actually flag him.
You think so?
It's a possibility.
Why did he trade Rook? That's a great question. What's up, Z?
I don't know what to do.
And neither do I.
What is it? Is that a trap?
Oh.
What?
Nothing. It's funny though.
I can just take that, right? I don't know what the trap is. I'm falling for it.
You've activated my trap card. That's so funny. I just need a little bit more coordination here, I think. Truthfully. High chest optics. This game started with equal material, yes.
No, it did not.
Yes, it did.
Okay, I have no what do you call them? Pawns, huh?
I guess not.
Oh, frick. Okay. I don't know what to do.
You want to draw, Jesse?
Mm,
No?
I guess I don't really have anything else, do I? I can't do that. I cannot do that. Stop thinking about it. Okay.
I'm going to play on.
Now I'm asking if I want to draw and then declining my draw.
Well,
He doesn't have. Well, I mean, he would surely take.
All right, well done. You missed.
That's so sad.
You had a fork. You could have won my rook with your queen.
No,
Yeah.
when?
Um,
Imagine being up 9 points of material and drawing.
it
Oh
was
my
on
god.
it was on move move 59. I
59.
was really so I pushed this c pawn. I pushed c5 thinking that if you take, which you did, I was thinking I'd play rook b5 and I'd be winning. But there's a big problem with rook b5.
Wait, what am I doing? Wait, what do you say? Rue 50 what? 9?
50, yeah, 59. Should we take it to the classroom?
God damn it. Ugh! That's why you laughed. Is that why you laughed?
Maybe.
Because you pushed the pawn and I was like, are you trying to trick me? But really you laughed because I had a fork?
Perhaps.
Oh my
Here, let
god.
me take you to the classroom. So we. I feel like I had something, but I must have missed it, obviously. But maybe I didn't ever have anything. Yo, Matt with the huge raid. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Matt.
Shout out to Matt. We're giving a lesson to Uncle Jessi. I just picked up this game. This opponent Uncle Jessi was playing.
Can you? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I played a random the first half of this game, and then I forked there right there, and they resigned. So Joe wanted to finish the rest, and
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to
Joe
get
is
the job done.
Joe is rated 2300 for a reason. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Uncle Jessi saw straight through my trick with rook to g1. She knew not to take this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, that was my main trick up my sleeve.
You had lots of tricks, I think, actually.
But none of them good enough to fool Uncle Jessi. I'm looking through the analysis if it ever has anything. Right now it's like -4, -5. This is -3. Yeah, I was kind of upset you sacked your exchange, because that's pretty good. So there was a moment where like I considered, giving up both rooks for the knight and the queen, and I'd be down in exchange. I figured 3 pawns versus 4 pawns, and I have the bishop versus the rook. Like I didn't think I could lose that, but the computer disagrees.
Okay, let's redo. You sack both the rooks. see if I can stop you.
We could do that. I was like, maybe I could just find a checkmate, and then my idea here was to double my rooks.
Yeah.
And checkmate.
I thought you were gonna do something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So here it likes. Okay, I could come back now, and threaten that. It's kind of annoying. But I stuck with my idea. Check, take. Here, like this is pretty smart. You're just trying to trade rooks. And here, someone asked, why did I trade rooks? Well, if I'm avoiding the rook trade, I'll go somewhere like here. But I like wasn't sure. I mean, you could just take this pawn or something, or maybe you attack, like you have a check maybe, and or maybe like this attacks the, like I wasn't sure, so I figured I'd trade, take, and you can't take because I take here. Then here's where it got really tricky for me, because here I was thinking I could go like rook here, opposite, but then
I thought you might do that.
knight here's a fork,
but then, yeah.
Which is really annoying. So I was like, dang. So then I was thinking like, I can go here, but then the queen just takes, which I didn't see that until a little later, to be honest. So then I was like, okay, if I don't have this, then what the heck am I doing? I actually didn't know. So I gave a check, but this was bad because now both rook and bishop are hanging, and I still don't have this. So I just went here to try to trick you, which it worked because you should just take the bishop,
Should I?
pawn here, and then what do you do? There's basically two good
Oh, I
moves.
just move the knight to e6.
Yeah, just bring the knight back, and you're in time.
Damn it.
So I was lucky you didn't take that. So now I'm somehow still in the game. I do lose that pawn, but I get this pawn. And yeah, here, I mean, it's -2. You're only plus 1 point of material.
I know. It's
Um,
crazy.
because I have 3 pawns versus a knight, and I have rook and
Yeah.
bishop versus queen, basically. So it's more like rook and 3 pawns versus queen. But the pawns are pretty bad, to be honest. Um, and yeah, this check is really weakening to me, unfortunately. And like all my stuff is pretty weak. Here, like my trick didn't work because you had this fork. Um,
Wait, I didn't take. Wait.
well, no, what I did was this pawn push, and you were like, "Oh, this is a
Oh,
trap" or
okay.
whatever. My
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
was
yeah.
that I still wanted to play rook b5, but the pawn's defending the rook there, right? If I went here right away, you'd have this fork, which is really annoying. So this was my plan. When I pushed this pawn, I was like, she's gonna take, and then I'm gonna pin to the king, and then I'm gonna trade rook and bishop for these, and then I'm gonna have a winning king and pawn endgame. That was my initial thought, was I'd do
Mm,
something like this. This is what I was hoping for.
got you.
But when I looked at this, I realized you had this fork. So that's why I came up with the move a4, was to protect. Now, if I play rook b5, the fork doesn't work. The
Hmm.
the irony is that you have this fork.
That I didn't even see.
So you missed it. This was your chance,
That
really.
was literally.
Um,
I
so you
checked you
did
just
this
on the
check, yeah.
wrong
Then
square.
you took the pawn, and from here, you have to like figure out a way to trade this. I guess you did trade the knight for the bishop,
Mm-hmm.
but um, you did it, I guess, at an inopportune time. Here, like queen e5, pinning me. So after this, now it's just a draw. And this is what we call a fortress. Rook
Mm-hmm.
and pawn versus king and queen. There's no way the rook will pivot. This pawn will protect the rook, and the rook will protect the pawn. The king's protected by everything, basically. So here, like, you can't infiltrate with the king because now the rook has these 3 or 4 files to check you with. Now I blundered it again here, actually. So here, there's 2 winning moves: king to d3 or king to c3, apparently. So I don't really know how this works. I guess the king is getting back somewhere. Oh, you're cutting me off here, so my stuff gets all messed up, I guess. I don't really know. King is getting in behind, I guess. This is really annoying. Oops. Wow. I mean, you're threatening this. Here, and there's here, here, here's a fork. So here, you're breaking through, you're mating. So I messed up. I mean, it's a really tough in game. There was a point where I was like, okay, it's a draw, but then I saw there were some more tricks in the position. So I played on because I was thinking there's a world where you blunder your queen to the rook.
Mm-hmm.
Like here, here I was thinking I could get the rook maybe to g2, and then I could push this pawn with the discovery and win the queen.
That would have been really sad.
But then you kept checking me, and then here, yeah, you just give up for the draw. So reasonable. Little disappointed in myself. Not gonna lie. No, I'm just
Oh my
kidding. I'm
god,
joking. No, I think you played
stop.
really well. I think, yeah, you missed the fork, obviously, right? But a lot of it is time pressure, too. I thought you did really well to defend. Like, I have a ton of pressure with the bishops and the rooks, right? And the h pawn.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of chances where you could have blundered. You get out of this pin. You're just attacking the pieces. I thought, like, probably you should have brought in this other rook earlier,
Yeah,
or
he was chilling back there
maybe
for a
like
long time.
push and attack the bishops and try to open up the king a little earlier as well. Um, so here I was also thinking like bishop here is a move. There's always this knight f8 move, maybe. It's a little annoying. Maybe bishop here. But you also have rook e6 as well. So there was another really critical moment where I attacked this rook, right?
Hmm.
And the rook only has two squares. If you
Yeah,
go here, you walk into this pin, right?
yeah.
If you go here, there's this pin, but the knight is there covering that. So I was really annoyed by that. So rook f6 I thought was a really good find by you. Um,
I was scared that, like, so, I mean, if you went there and I took, I was like, he probably has just like a bunch of other
yeah, I have this, but
checks still.
luckily your knight guards the h7 check too.
True.
So
That's
like
true.
this would be mate if not for the knight. That would have been
Yeah.
nice. I mean, same with king here. If the knight wasn't here, this would be
Hmm.
mate, which would be beautiful. But at most, I'm just winning this exchange. So I was really frustrated by this knight being here. And also, you knew that if I give up the rooks for the queen back, you'd still be up two rooks versus two
Hmm.
bishops. And that maybe, like, you're still winning. And I'm still having to defend, so I figured I might as well keep the rooks on, because maybe I'll trick you with them later. This king move was because I wanted to push this pawn and take with the bishop. I wanted to take with the bishop, but I'd be pinned. So I moved the king back. And
Okay.
the weird thing about this plan is that if I push, which I think I did at some point, yeah, here I figured you could just push e4.
I did think about that,
Yeah, I thought that was better. And I take in
but
here,
then,
you were upset because you're getting skewered again, but it's the same reason why you could sack the exchange here.
yeah.
You could just give up a rook for a bishop, and that'll help simplify things. It'll alleviate some pressure for you. Which is why I was upset you took this, because I was like, okay, she didn't take this because she was worried about the skewer, so maybe she won't take this. But then you took this anyway, so I was like, darn. So I might as well take. But yeah, computer's also saying bishop d4 is a move. Um, the problem is I'm just down so much material. And yeah, this is like my last trick, is that your knight is pinned. So I was happy to take this. Here you thought you were losing, but you just run away.
Hmm.
And then I was thinking like it'd be great if I could get a rook to pin your queen, but there wasn't a really easy way to do that. So I just came back. Um, and yeah, here, so there's this really annoying idea, or at least there'd been an idea. Um, Basically, you should be more like thinking about this fork, this check.
Yeah, I looked at
So
that check, but I was like, I
here,
didn't really think
if
it led
here
to
you have
much, but
something like this, right? And who really knows? Like, there's
we drew a river.
also like if I go here, I was also thinking you could play this check because
Mm,
takes, you have
I get the
this.
other rook.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another trick to simplify things.
True.
So when I played this move, opening up your rook, I was like, I have to be really careful about this queen of three check because it's just hitting everything. And
Mm-hmm.
then you could even sack a rook and
Yeah.
trade rooks there. So the rooks together here for me are really strong, right? Because they're
Thank you,
coordinated.
River. Yeah.
So if you give a check, you could throw a rook away, but you get one
Yeah.
back.
Should
And
have done
so
that.
this one rook on its own is a lot weaker because he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have his buddy. River, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We did draw. I guess it was equal.
Yeah. Yeah. We get to split the cash.
Um, but yeah, Uncle Jessi, she should have had me. She missed the fork.
I should have. I'm upset.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm upset too because I blundered. But thanks for the game. Thanks for not embarrassing me too bad.
Yeah. 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 Of course.
Um, okay. Well, yeah. I guess I didn't miss any opportunities. You defended well.
Thank you.
You defended well against me down a queen. No, up a queen.
Okay. We don't have to mention that.
Okay.
That part doesn't matter.
Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have like. I think you maybe were a little passive. I think this G6 move is really bad, to be
I
honest.
was feeling very passive. Yeah,
Because yeah, I have
I
these
realized that
tricks.
right after moved.
Computer's
I
calling
was
for
like,
G6 though, to be honest. So,
oh,
um, but yeah, I don't know. King here. Just take this. Maybe you can bring the rooks around or something. I don't know. Also, yeah, you played C6, but I thought you could just play D5 right away,
mm,
right? You played this to
yeah,
sort of protect the pawn and prepare for D5, but you could just do
mm-hmm,
D5 immediately,
yeah,
and it's too protected. If I take here, queen takes, and I take here, then computer likes E4. But yeah, these trades will help you for sure.
yeah.
So even if it costs you a pawn, but all right, how do you feel?
I feel good. How do you feel?
Are you hungry for dinner?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are
Are
you
you?
No, but I still feel pretty good. I don't know if you wanted to play more or do more review or whatever, or if you had a scheduled time for words on stream. I know that's a big one these days.
Yeah, the people love words on stream. I'm good to play another game though.
All right, cool.
Okay.
We'll watch. Well, let's hope that they don't resign early.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd be fine if they resign.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be upset. Okay, I'm gonna take my headphone out.
All right. Good luck.
All right, headphone is out.
All right, here we go. This guy's got his full email. Wilmal wilmala@hotmail.com. You guys want a refund, River? No takebacks. All right,
Wow,
Jesse.
I'm a huge underdog here.
Oh my goodness, Jesse with the jokes. We've got the one elo advantage, and they have the white pieces. Come on, that's like not even fair. So Jesse, she's got both her knights out. It's a d4 d5 opening, a four knights game, but with the d pawns. Bishop pen. Bishop breaks the pen. Other bishop pins. Her other bishop doesn't break the pin. She just castles. And then white castles back. She could play knight e4. Looking for some trades. She could play bishop d7, which is the computer recommendation. I was going to say h6 or a6. Very logical moves.
I think I should move this. Maybe I should move this first.
She should bring her bishop out. Nice. Developing her last minor piece. And now she can go for some trades. She needs to create space for her queen.
What if I went here?
So that she can complete her development and develop her
Or
rooks.
if I go there and he takes. Wait, I go here and he takes.
All right, she's cooking. She's calculating now.
I mean, probably he'll take here if I had to guess.
She's in the zone.
End up doubling his pawns.
All right, she went passive. Why didn't she go? She didn't want to go forward because she didn't want to double her pawns. I seen her play the knight back in an earlier game, I think even earlier today, but it's not very great, to be honest. I've done it a few times. But look at this. The knight goes right back. See, the opponent doesn't.
I'm going to take that.
Opponent doesn't have any fear going forward. Now she should play knight back to h7. This knight's moving a lot. She should not go to e4 now.
Probably here and then there. Because if I go here...
e8's a little sad.
Moves.
Knight e8 is a little sad. Because it's just dominated by the pawn. So Jessi should play for c5 next. Coming up. White has a good move, e4. e4 is strong. I feel like a lot of people with white would play something like f4, which is fair, though maybe weakening. Also doesn't really threaten anything. Okay, trade. Probably not in white's best interest to give up the bishop like that, but taking with check. Now white can develop the queen with check if they want to, but black will just go back, and that's actually pretty good for us. Because the bishop was a really good piece, and the knight was not, so white's trading a good piece for a bad piece. And you can tell the good pieces from the bad pieces based off of their activity. Her knight in h7 was not doing too much. It was only controlling 3 squares, right? Knight on the edge of the board. The bishop, though, pointing right at the king. Now it's not there.
Okay.
Queen comes out. Again, c5 is a good move. High speed chess. How was your stream earlier? I tuned in, but I thought it was a rerun. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Abyss.
push this. What checks does he have? No good ones.
Yeah, opponent not using a lot of time. 15:15 on the clock, so they've gained time. Jessi 13 minutes. Thinking about this one here. I don't hate f6. Computer was not liking it so much. It just wants to trade, but I like that though for us, right? Rook takes, rook lift. Computer saying the best move is to take with the G pawn, which is kind of crazy to me. Yeah, Ben Feingold might not be too happy with this, but that's okay.
Right. I think probably I take with the rook, and then I can bring the other rook.
Yeah, I
Like
love that
really
reasoning.
Good
I don't know why the computer likes G takes so much. It likes doubling on the G file, I guess. Yeah, it's I think from a human perspective, having the G and H pawns around your king feels safer. Another thing to consider is that taking with the rook helps us lift the rook, which lets us double. We can bring the second rook over sooner.
double the rooks now.
But the computer's arguing that getting rook to G8 is much stronger because then we're pointing at the G2 pawn as opposed to the F2 pawn, which is much safer. Yeah, keeping the pawns together makes sense. But I guess, the engine's perspective is having the G file is better. So I figured like rook f6, we can go to g6 and still have a rook on the G file. But playing rook g8, having the G file open, we can lift later, but be on the G file, which is stronger. So we'll see. I think this is totally fine. I like this position for Jessi. So we'll see what white does. I think now maybe c6 is a good move at some point and try to play for e5, e4, and open up the light squared bishop.
Okay.
Okay, computer likes bishop to c6,
This is
which is a
winning, I guess. This
really
pawn.
aggressive square for that bishop, to be honest. I was thinking pawn to c6, just
We could
keeping
just
that
push
structure
it,
together.
and then
So yeah,
push
Jessi
that
sees the
pawn.
c pawn is hanging, so she might be incentivized to push it. Bishop c6 would also defend the pawn by the queen. She's also looking at e5, which is smart, blocking the queen. The downside of e5 is that the d pawn hangs. So that's why I wanted to play c6, is so that we could play e5.
Okay, I have a thought. Okay, so what
Can
if
she
I
see
went
the
here,
chat? Yeah, she can if she wants to. She
and
might have been
then
ignoring us though.
eventually I push that, and then I sack that. I don't know if that works.
Oh,
And then I
she's
go there.
looking. She's looking. Yeah, her bishop c6 idea is really strong. Really nice move. She's looking at playing d4, right? Just throwing the pawn away to open up the diagonal. So what's really great about bishop c6 and having her rooks on the king side is that everything's just working together.
Because then once I move this, this is protected now by the queen.
Black's going to have a ton of coordination here. Really strong move. And now major threat, rook to g7, followed by d4. d4 is going to be devastating, attacking the knight and unleashing that monster bishop. Let her cook. No, she is cooking. She, like, every piece is in play. This is a dream position for black. Eval is only reading minus a half, but here,
Okay, so now I can't do that.
well,
Where's he going? Over here somewhere?
here's what's frustrating about pushing e5. Looks like we're attacking the rook, trying to open up our bishop still. But the downside is that this pawn's defending this pawn. Pawn push, there's this knight takes intermezzo. Rook left is a good defense. Rook here, there's rook block.
And then push that.
So if we had no pawn on the g file and our rooks were still back, we could go rook to the g file. They could block with the rook, but we could trade and then bring the second rook to the g file. But with the g pawn in the way, we can't do that so easily. They can now block on g4, and now we would have to lift the other rook over to get that same g file control. So I'm totally expecting rook g4 here. Otherwise, it's a little confusing why white lifted the rook to d4, besides blocking the d pawn, which makes sense. But they're thinking here, actually, and they totally blundered. So they bring the queen in, which looks like they're blocking both of black's pawns.
Here?
But what this is allowed is for black to lift their second rook.
No shot he dropped his queen. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, the queen's actually just trapped.
Cannot go there, or there, or there, or there.
And the beautiful thing is they have knight takes with tempo, and the pawn is pinned.
Is it trapped?
The bishop's there.
No, it could. Well, not if I go here. Oh my gosh, did he trap it?
She's trapped it. She's cooked the rook. No, she's cooked with the rook. E-Red says GG's, but if there's anything we learned is that
could it be?
Just because you win the queen doesn't mean you win the game. But Uncle Jessi might. Great move from Uncle Jessi. Yeah, so opponent unfortunately for themselves missed rook g4 and instead walked into a Botez Gambit, a queen trap, activating Jessi's trap card. So I want to give her major credit for finding f6 and bishop c6.
Sick.
Here, obviously, she has to take. Now, she's going to lose her d-pawn. But actually, that would be potentially very dangerous for white if they do take, because she can just take and then play queen e4 at the end, forking the rook and the checkmate on g2. So, for example, takes, queen here. So they double. Computer just says f4. It's kind of crazy.
Or something. I think I'm gonna go
yeah,
here.
She's finding queen g5. Very strong idea, right? Just threaten mate. You have straight away bishop g2. We're talking about taking on d5, and that's gonna cost us. You don't have queen e4 right away because the rook is here. So it takes. We do bishop takes, rook takes, then queen e4. That's gonna be GG. But opponent didn't take. They doubled rooks here, which is smart, so that the rook would no longer be hanging. So queen and rook doubled up, threatening mate, pawn blocks.
Okay, what if I start pushing this pawn? He will
Computer
take
likes
my
f4, which is
rook.
ridiculous.
But I'd be able to take back. Okay, is that
f4, rook
crazy?
takes, we just play rook f6. That is crazy. Jessie's not thinking about that though.
I
She's
can't push
thinking
this
about
pawn because
this.
they take that way.
But push, there's this. There's
What if I push
also
this one
just
and he
takes.
pushes? Then I could take.
Yeah, push, takes, and the computer actually likes that for us. King d5. You go
I'm a little
bishop. You mean
scared.
knight
The
knight
like the way
d5,
that my
bishop
king is. They
d4.
could have
There's
something
no bishop can go to d4.
kind of
You
cheeky,
mean bishop
I think,
d5, rook
but
d5, then rook g2. Why would you sack the rook to win the rook? You're winning a pawn, a g pawn, but you're giving up the pawn.
probably I
If
shouldn't.
there
I don't
was
know.
if
Like
there
I
was
feel like
takes,
this could
takes,
be
takes, queen here,
something.
we're threatening the rook and just checkmate. So they push to save the mate, and then we just win a free rook. It's much better
Okay, I
than winning
guess
the g pawn.
pretend they do that. I take, they take. I could just go here
Yeah,
or
it is a shared
something.
chat, but she
Okay,
hasn't been
well,
looking
I
at
think
it,
we're okay.
luckily.
We'll be fine.
Okay, she's launching the h pawn, very strong attack. If she can play h4, that'd be great. So white prevents that and plays h4 themselves. After bishop g2, king g2, you go queen e4 check and win the rook with fork. Sakmatas, I'm not sure. There was no line where we do bishop g2.
Okay, I'll just move that somewhere. Okay, so
Now she can take on h4.
yeah, I think I'll just go there. If I do go here, though, I lose this pawn. No, because obviously if they take that, I'm taking that, so never mind.
She's considering trading rooks. Wally Ramith, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. This is really nice. We were talking about how the doubled rooks are really strong together, so this is forcing them to break up. Um, you know, the Black Queen is kind of like a home wrecker, just out here breaking up relationships. So these two rooks, one of them has to go. Can't keep them both. So
Okay, I'm still gonna take. I
white
think my queen can get the job done.
white's rook was pinned, so they couldn't take that pawn. All right, but
And
now the pawn is attacked.
maybe I push that. You can't do that.
Oh, g6 is a move. Just locking the pawns in. So it's queen versus rook. We saw Jessi play this with me, but I was able to set up a fortress. So the king and queen could not break through. Here, there's a ton of pawns lying around, so it's very likely Jessi is able to find some sort of breakthrough here and win some material. So very, very interesting follow-up game here. Jessi was able to trap a queen, but it cost her a rook. So now she has a queen versus rook endgame, where white will try to hold.
He'll probably go up here or something.
Black will try to break through and win. So we see the queen stepping up, putting pressure on the rook. Something you don't want is for the rook to check you with a fork. So the queen is still around. That's why we didn't go to e4. Because the rook would then take and also be defending the c pawn, which would be annoying. So queen just stepping up. This is pinning this pawn. B5 is a potential idea. If pawn takes, that drops the rook, and if rook takes, that drops the pawn. And there's rook here attacking this pawn, which is maybe annoying. Like c6. It's also a fair move. c6 going after the c pawn.
Should probably move my king somewhere better.
That's a thought. So yeah, Jessi pointing out her king safety is a potential issue. She's got no seventh rank pawns next to her king, so the king's got to step up to either h6 or try to go to the middle, g7 to f6. Queen a6. Queen a6 attacks the a pawn. Okay. Pawn push here. I feel like c6 is good for her. The computer's not really calling for it. So, okay, she's played king g7.
I think I want my king probably like right there.
Yeah, probably white was afraid of queen a6 as well, so played b5.
We can't go there.
So Jessi's actually down a pawn. So how does she get in? She's bringing the king over to guard against this rook, and then she's going to activate the queen and try to get behind everything. Here, this blunders the c pawn immediately.
Okay, so I take here.
And she sees it.
What's he do? Check
She
me
knows
there.
what's up.
No.
And taking on c4, she also defends her c
Can I go back
pawn.
here or something?
So that's great as well. She's getting a little low on time, but she's seeing the best moves. And when that pawn drops, a lot of them drop, like the a pawn, the b pawn. And then that makes her life a lot easier to promote her pawns and then win the game.
This time, if there's a king and rook fork, I'll try not to miss it.
What's up, Kabajul? Yeah, that's why we play those games out, right? Okay, so the a pawn does not fall just yet. There's a crazy world where she can sack the queen back for the rook and win the game, but probably not good right now. Probably you just don't want to risk it. But I imagine it's still probably good for black. Yeah, this is still completely winning. So that's kind of fun. It's an interesting idea. We'll see. She was able to find that move against me to draw the game. But that was also much later. All right, rook's coming in. Maybe the problem with bringing the queen in deeper, avoiding this tempo, is that this rook check is a fork. So king e7 would work nicely. No way she sacks the queen there. I think that would have been a fun little king and pawn in game for her. Oh, that's a free rook.
He did not pre-move that. What is that? Oh! Stop.
She is freaking out.
That's
Uncle
troll.
Jessi,
Okay.
you had another queen versus rook in game.
All right, I'm back. Headphone in.
You just keep winning queens.
I guess.
So that was good that we practiced our queen end game.
Yeah, even though I drew.
I loved. Oh, I'm adding it. Let me take you to the classroom. All right. So you have black again.
Mm-hmm.
Here, this is already kind of weird. So, um, this is like the start of an Italian, but like reversed, right? Like normally you have this e4, e5, knight
Mm-hmm.
f3 kind of thing. And d4, d5 openings, this is not so common, actually,
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
it's blocking the c pawn, and the c
Mm.
pawn likes to play in the d4,
Yeah.
d5 openings. The f pawn doesn't like to play as much in the e4, e5 openings because this is really weakening the king.
Yeah.
Um, but some people still do it. That's the King's Gambit line. But here, Queen's Gambit is much more popular thanks to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a joke, but um, hi Sinfiltro, welcome in.
Hello,
Um,
Sin.
so knight here, knight here, knight here. I would advise let's try not to block the c pawn. There's lines where you can actually
Okay.
play c5 here. I wouldn't recommend it, but a lot of people will do something like that.
Yeah.
Here instead, I would like bring out this bishop and try to play for e6 and then c5, right? And then
Okay.
bring out your knight. But this is still totally fine. It's like the four knights setup, but it's not called a four knights because it's a d4 or d5 opening, even though all four knights are out,
Got you. What's it
which
called then?
I
Is
don't
there a
know.
name?
I have no idea. The opening is like my weakest part, I think. But okay, anyways, castles. I thought it was interesting you broke this pen and not this one, but I guess you're just trying to get castled. But this is totally good. Probably bishop d7 maybe. Maybe they could take now and double our
Yeah.
pawns. But honestly, doubled c pawns is actually kind of good with the d4 d5 setup. Because I was mentioning playing c5 earlier. When
Mm-hmm.
you have doubled c5 pawns, guess what? You can push c5 twice.
Wow.
If pushing c5 once is good, imagine doing it twice. Anyways, I have so far not any serious criticisms. Um, this move, I want you to go forward. I think you were concerned about doubling your pawns,
Mm-hmm.
but this pawn takes up a lot of space in their side, so it's kind of annoying for them to work around. And
Okay.
also,
Forward next time.
it's generally better to go forward than to go backwards. Like
Yeah, I
if
didn't love it there, but I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, it's confusing. There's gonna be a game where you go forwards and then you're gonna get trapped, and you're gonna be like, "What the heck? I should have gone
Yeah.
backwards." So it's like no matter what you do, there's gonna be some sort of drawback to it.
Yeah.
But okay, we go back, we trade. Now they come back, attacking us. Then we come back. Now we trade here. Now we go back again. They should not ever trade this. This is bad for them because I was saying this during the game. This is a bad knight.
Mm-hmm.
So it really only has one square, right?
Yeah.
And this one square actually isn't really that good either because, um,
Yeah. Where else does it go?
yeah,
Hello, Peso. Welcome.
this is a really good bishop. In fact, it's White's best bishop.
That's true.
Um, this bishop is just one of the attackers on your king, and it's very safe back here. We're not really attacking it unless, I mean, c5 c4 is a really good idea for us, but that's another reason why the c pawn shouldn't be here for white is because the queen and bishop like to go on this diagonal.
Yeah.
And also, if this pawn's not here, the bishop can tuck back if we attack it. But okay, they sacrifice this. Really, it's like that doesn't help them at all. King comes out, queen comes out. F6. I like that you're trying to open things up here. I also would have been fine with just like c5, just taking space on the queen side. This doesn't really threaten anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
But this is still pretty active, right? And you're opening up for your rooks. Interestingly, so this is exactly what I would have done as well, rook lift, because then you can bring the other rook in, which is exactly what you
Mm-hmm.
did, which is great. But the computer, just food for thought here, pawn takes. It likes this a lot. Why do you think that might be?
Um, do they want rook here?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. They want you to take the G file.
Yeah, that'd be nice as well.
Yeah, they've got their queen and their king lined up on the G file, and your rook
Mm-hmm.
wants to join in on that party.
Yeah,
So the
really
F
lucked out.
pawn capture with the G pawn is like opening the door. Now it's an open invite. The king thinks he's got a private party going on, but taking here is kind of the invite that he like
Yeah.
accidentally put you on CC when he meant to put you on BCC. Just kidding. We don't have office jobs anymore, so
Yeah.
don't have to worry about those. Do you still email people, Jesse, or did you delete it? You
No, I
still?
have an email.
Oh
I have
my
a
god.
personal email. I mean,
Oh, okay.
mostly just for like when I like buy stuff, but I actually sent an email today. I
Oh
sent
my
one email
goodness.
today.
I'm so
I know.
sorry. Did you say I hope this
Yeah.
finds you well?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I put a smiley face at the end though.
Oh, that's cute. That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this king, he accidentally. I mean, taking is good. Rook takes and like you're getting here anyways. So
Mm.
it's just without the G pawn, it's easy. It's fast. It's like for me, I also would take like this because I like doubling the rooks. But the rooks are
Yeah.
lined up on the F file,
Yeah.
which is still pretty
They
good.
could be somewhere else.
They could have been on the G file, right, which is a
Mm.
little more aggressive. I think it's a lot more natural for a human to like leave these pawns here because it's like they're
Yeah.
sheltering the king. Pawn takes and it looks a little weakening, but in the long run, it's more
Yeah.
advantageous for your rooks. But um, yeah, I would have done rook takes f6 as well. I just thought it was interesting. The computer liked the other way better. So bishop to c6 is a really nice move, actually.
Too.
And for me, like I liked the queen was opposite the bishop. I was thinking e5 at some point.
Yeah, but then they just take the
But yeah, the d
pawn
pawn
with the
falls.
queen.
So I was thinking c6 made a lot of sense to play
Yeah, I
e5.
thought about that as well.
Exactly. But bishop c6 is actually the best move because your bishop is on a tremendous diagonal. It's the main diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the longest diagonal of the board. And this is where the bishop's going to be best, actually, just pointing right at the heart of the king on g2. And you're protecting this pawn, but you're also threatening to just get rid of this pawn. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so they try to block it, and you still are thinking about e5, but it doesn't quite work, right? Because of knight
Mm-hmm.
takes, which is very annoying. But now you use that lifted rook, joining on the g file, and here's where they mess up. So not easy to play here. What do you think white should do instead?
Hmm. What should white do instead? They went here, which was bad. Yeah, they don't have like a ton of places to go. Maybe block?
How?
Block with the rook right there?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what they should have done, but they didn't
Thank goodness they didn't,
because
because I got their queen.
you're too good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah, here, and then boom, rook f5. Voila. Would you looky there? Now they have a trick though. What happens if they do knight takes here?
Mm.
Would you take their queen?
Well, let's see. If I took the queen, it would take my queen, and then this is being threatened. So
Could
I
you
mean,
just
I probably take there first. Does he
yeah.
have any escape squares now? No.
Yeah, the point is you take with the bishop, not with the pawn, because you're pinned.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you passed the test. Very nicely done. And their
Thank
queen's
you.
still trapped. But they had this maybe as a desperado,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just going to cost them another knight, so they decide to
Yeah.
take here. And now here they didn't take this pawn right away. Do you know why can't they take this pawn?
Mm.
Would they just be winning material?
Why can't they take it?
Could did they miss it?
Yeah, I don't know. Why can't they take it?
All right, it's a
Is
pop
it because I
quiz.
go here and then no?
What does that move
Hmm.
do? Ooh,
Well, this would win if I could get my queen there, but they made me
okay.
just push it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Is there another?
Is there like a fork or a skewer I'm missing here? What if I saw the chat?
Whoa, wait, why is that any different?
Well, because if they push the G pawn, then I get the rook, and if they save the rook, then I win.
Wow, so it's kind of like a fork.
Yeah,
That's a nice one there.
yeah.
Well, luckily they saw that, so they didn't let you.
Hmm.
They didn't give you that
They didn't let me off
opportunity.
the hook like that.
Yeah, you would have found that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but they
yeah.
didn't do it. So, but yeah, that was part of your trap when you played Rook F5. You were trying to bait this D pawn so that you could.
Yeah.
That was really well
That,
played.
yep. Thank
So
you.
yeah, they didn't go. They knew. They're like, wow, that Uncle Jesse there is so smart. Almost got him with that free pawn bait.
Mm-hmm. So
Um,
close.
yeah, it's funny. You see Queen G5 threatens mate, but
Yeah.
Queen E4 threatens the same mate. But we're not
Mm-hmm.
considering it because it's covered by two pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they went for this, takes takes, now it's opened and it's a fork too. So the rook would be completely hanging and they'd have to defend their mate and they'd drop the rook. So they double here now. So now they really are threatening this pawn.
Yeah.
But now you just threaten the mate this way. You induce a pawn push. Whoops, didn't mean to do that.
I was gonna say I don't remember doing
And then
that.
you bring in the H pawn, right? You're just trying to be
Mm-hmm.
aggressive. So now they push this pawn. So it looks like they stopped you, but every pawn push they make is further weakening their king. So the queen
Mm-hmm.
comes back, and it's kind of like you've done your job there. Now they go for this. Now you could take on h4 if you want,
True.
but you did something very practical, right? You're forcing one of the
Mm-hmm.
rooks off the board, right? They can't save both rooks. So they
Yeah.
trade, or really they protect. Now you solidify your pawns. And yeah, here I like that you brought the king in because if you tried to go like too active with the queen, the problem is you're dropping these
Mm-hmm.
pawns, right?
Yeah.
So you bring the king in here, you snag the pawn, you come back, and then here I think you just continue bringing the king in because
True.
basically your queen is babysitting this rook d7
Mm-hmm.
check. Because ideally we want the queen to come in and just start gobbling up these pawns and maybe
Mm-hmm.
finding some checks, um, just being annoying, doing some real girl boss stuff, right?
Right.
Right now she's just guarding this rook check. So king
Mm-hmm.
e7, and your king is attacking the rook and guarding this checking square.
Mm-hmm.
And then the queen is released to go do her thing. So uh, at this point they just blundered. So this is where I would sub in actually, and I can just
Yeah.
take over. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's go. Come
We've
on.
already done this. We've played the, if I were white, yeah, all I gotta do is not blunder this c pawn and just sort of create like a fortress with the rook. So
Yeah.
no, it's much easier
Mm-hmm.
said than done. Um, I'm sure you would be able to. If I give you enough tries, you'll be. I mean, what's our head to head? We're even.
um,
It's 2-1-2 right now.
I don't think it really counts though
We might need it. I
because
mean, and you beat me in person too, so really
I
you're
played
ahead.
your roommate like two of those
No, you can't say
times.
that, Jesse. That's not allowed.
Okay. It is on your account, I suppose.
Yeah, I can't let anyone else play on my account because that's that's
Oh, right,
uh
because
that's a
it's
breach of fair play violation.
illegal. Yeah, no, Joe wouldn't do that.
Exactly. Certainly don't have any video evidence of that either. Oh, I might lose my job,
That would be
and then I could
unfortunate.
be a full-time coach.
True.
That's why I'm.
You make so much money from these lessons.
Yeah, every elo Jesse's gained is like $1 million that I've gained. That's what it feels
Yeah.
like to me, at least.
Well, you've gained like at least maybe like $20 million today or something.
Today,
Yeah, I've won 4 rapid games today. I
oh
haven't
my
lost any rapid
goodness,
games.
you haven't lost,
Not any rapid games. Well, yeah, no. I lost the one blitz game that we reviewed.
and you know what else? We never lose when we learn. That's another big
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
True.
uh, all right, well, you haven't lost, and I guess, if you keep that up, you'll be the one teaching me soon. So
Yeah. I'm sure
maybe you
soon
can
enough.
teach me what's the what's the they call the what's that video game you're playing?
I don't know. Did
The
I play
Dead Walkers or whatever?
The
The
Walking
Walking Dead?
Dead? Have you ever seen it?
The
The
show?
show?
No.
It's pretty good. The
The
game is great. It was
the
a lot of
game is
fun.
great too. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what my roommate really likes?
Hmm.
It's not your favorite, but it involves the ball cam.
Oh
It's
my
Rocket
god.
League. That's a good one.
Ball cam is banned from this chat.
Oh
No
my
one's
goodness.
allowed to say
Chad, I think I struck a nerve.
it. Forget ball
My bad.
cam.
I didn't know it was such a touchy subject.
It is. It is. No, I'm
Is
just
that is
kidding.
that term blocked in chat?
That game is too hard for
Too
me.
hard. My roommate, he plays with his brother. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe it.
I really enjoyed it back in my day.
But now you play Dark Souls if you don't play chess.
I mean,
Is
I
that the
haven't
game?
played it in quite some time, but yeah, that's what I was playing. I think if I had to choose a video game to get into, I feel like Red Dead is a really good one. If you've ever played
Is
Red,
that just like shooting?
you're a cowboy basically
Oh,
in the old west.
that's fun.
Wild Wild West. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be up your alley.
You think?
Oh yeah, I could
There's
picture you
another,
with a six
I think
shooter.
another zombie game that someone else suggested that I play.
The
I don't
Last
know
of
what's
Us.
next. That one and
There's another one.
Detroit. Maybe it's not a zombie game. Maybe I'm
Detroit
making that
Become
up.
Human.
Yeah, is that not
Oh
zombie?
man, I feel like no, that's robot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like
You've played it though.
I've never played that. I've watched other
Oh,
people play. I feel like those kind of games I'm not as big of a fan of. It's
like where
like
you have options that change the outcome.
yeah, it's like okay, choose what you're gonna say, and then based off what you
Yeah.
say, it's gonna do something. Who knows what's gonna happen? And then
See, I think that's like my favorite kind now.
oh
After I've
no,
done one,
that's why people are
like
recommending that to you.
yeah, like shooting, just like straight up shooting games, and like I don't know, it's just
City
not
builder.
really
I mean,
for
Sim
me.
City is kind of cool, but it's also oh
You
yeah,
said
you
what
should
is?
play Sims
I have played Sims before.
on stream.
Many moons ago.
Oh, what happened?
Um, I don't know. Good question. Don't remember.
No, yeah, I'm not the big fan of the. I feel like I don't know. It's kind of like a slower paced game,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm also kind of playing It Takes Two with my friend Tori. We haven't played it in
Okay,
a few weeks, but or maybe like I don't know, halfway through.
I would play that if I had another friend.
You live with a friend.
No, he's not my friend.
No,
He's just using me.
he's just your roommate.
No, I'm just kidding. We're obviously more than friends.
Oh, tell
No,
us,
and
Joe.
they were roommates. No, we have our own separate rooms.
They live in the same home, separate
It's
rooms.
anyways, I feel like this is a good ending point.
Yeah,
Are you gonna go
I'm gonna
eat?
eat
Shall
some
we do
food.
words with friends? What is it? Words on
Words on
stream?
stream. Yeah.
Isn't Words with Friends another game?
I think yeah, it's like a phone app, right? I don't know.
Have you been doing the
But
Wordle? Do you do Wordle?
I have not done Wordle in a
No.
very long
It's
time. Do
kind of
you?
like words on stream, but it's words on your phone. And instead of
Yeah.
words, it's just one word.
One word, yeah. It's probably much easier to get than words on stream because there's levels, so you know.
Well, I guess I'll send over whoever's in my chat and we can help you with the words for a little bit while we eat.
Okay, our record is level 28. We have not gotten close to that since it's really
Since,
hard. Since we got it, which was like, I don't know, a month or so ago.
all right, well, maybe we can
So
help do it.
all right. Well, thank you for the lesson and your time. I appreciate it.
That's the least I could do. I feel like I've owed you. I'm still
That's
in
like
your
literally
debt.
the most you can do. You don't owe me anything. If anything, I literally owe
I'm
you.
in debt to Jesse.
Mm.
You guys couldn't even imagine the amount of blackmail Jesse has on me.
Yeah, that's actually why he does these lessons. He's scared. He's actually really scared.
Oh my goodness, you guys. If Uncle Jesse, if I stop these lessons, like I'm gonna be in
You might
trouble.
as well just go MIA.
I gotta lay low. All right, we'll
All
send the
right.
raid
Well,
over.
thank you again.
Looking forward to the words.
All
And
right,
then
team.
I don't
Let's.
know how much you're streaming until like 11.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? More chess later?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Oh my
collab
goodness.
again.
Oh, and a collab. Dang, dude.
Yeah, I
You
think that moons and summer. We're talking about it.
do you ever
So
get
I don't know
tired?
who all it will be, but
How much energy do
yes,
you have?
I'm
You're
constantly
just
tired.
well, that's why you need to go get some energy right now. Hopefully you're
Yeah,
eating
I'm gonna.
enough.
I'll eat some. I didn't eat enough today,
Oh
but
no.
usually, yeah. I think.
Oh God. I hope the chat appreciates the amount of time and energy that this one very ambitious streamer is putting in. It's a lot of work.
Thank you.
So, all right, we'll make it up to you with these words. We'll get level
All right.
28 for sure.
Let's do it, team.
All right, I'll see you all over there. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
You too. Bye.